A Jamaican man has been charged for taking a serious substance into the United States. A Jamaican man faces the possibility of up to 40 years in jail in the United States and a massive fine after being charged with taking a kilogram of serious substance in coffee bags and picture frames. He is Gibbs, who is 37 years old, and he appeared before the U.S. Magistrate Judge Kathy Waldor this week on one count of importation of a serious substance and was remanded without bail. According to documents filed in the case and statements made in court, Gibbs arrived at the Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey aboard a flight from Montego Bay, Jamaica on January 9th. Law enforcement officers discovered that Gibbs possessed about 1 kilogram of serious substance hidden inside 2 bags of coffee and 4 picture frames. It is also said that the count with which Gibbs is charged carries a mandatory minimum penalty of 5 years in jail, a potential maximum penalty of 40 years in prison, and a US $5 million fine. An internal audit of the National Insurance Fund has shown that there was an unauthorized transfer of $187 million. This internal audit report of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security has revealed that $187 million was transferred from the National Insurance Fund to one of the fund's entities without the prior approval of the National Insurance Fund Board or the Permanent Secretary. The amount was transferred to the Resort Management Company Limited between February 12th and June 29th in 2017. Auditor General Ellis has said that significant weaknesses were highlighted in the management and execution of the renovation, refurbishing, and subsequent operations of the Melia Braco Village Resort. National Insurance Fund is funded by national insurance contributions. Government pensions and other benefits under the National Insurance Scheme are paid from the National Insurance Fund. In response to the findings of this report, the ministry has stated that since the internal audit report, it has implemented new procedures to prevent a reoccurrence of same. This includes a requirement for the advisory board and or the permanent secretary to approve all transfers from the fund to the resort company. Annual report of the Auditor General also pointed to weaknesses in the system of control over the management of journal entries that expose the fund to financial losses. The National Insurance Fund has been instructed to strengthen the system of controls over the processing of journal entries to minimize the risk of illegitimate and unauthorized transactions that could lead to financial losses to the fund. Ms. Ellis also reported that a review by her department showed that 425 journal vouchers with transactions amounting to $49 billion showed no evidence that they were reviewed and authorized by the responsible officers. Further, 234 journal vouchers representing pension expenses totaling $24 billion were not supported by the appropriate source documents. Of the amount, $23 billion was not authorized. The Auditor General has said that she could not determine whether the expenses were legitimate and constituted a proper charge on the fund. The NIF has said that it accepts that there are weaknesses and has advised that subsequent to the period under review, management has implemented new controls to prevent a reoccurrence of this matter. The Auditor General has said that the management of the NIF should also ensure compliance with the government's financial reporting framework and guidelines to ensure that proper systems of management are implemented to ensure control over the administration of the fund to prevent financial losses. There has been an ongoing discussion between Paul Beswick and Minister Delroy Chuck in regards to the slow pace at which judgments are delivered and court orders are processed in the Supreme Court. Attorney at law Paul Beswick has written to Delroy Chuck expressing his frustration. He has, however, vowed to continue fighting for significant improvements in Jamaica's justice system, despite the issue that he has with Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck. Delroy Chuck promised to send back that letter from Beswick to the bin. He says that he does not support the manner in which Captain Beswick engages in letters to judges and himself, and he says that many of the letters have been returned to Attorney-at-Law Beswick. Beswick has stated that he was only bringing to the minister's attention the fact that he was having difficulty in getting an order for seizure and sale processed in the Supreme Court registry. In his letter to Beswick, the Minister of Justice has said it was an issue for the Chief Justice and the Court Management Division, and reminded him of the separation of powers principle. Beswick said that he found it scandalous that after 2 weeks he could not get the order to take to the bailiff, and that was why he brought the issue to the Justice Minister's attention on December 16, 2020, so as to ascertain if leadership or resources were lacking in that area. The lawyer has said up to last week he did not get the order, and further disclosed that for the past 2.5 years he has been writing, and he has been waiting on an order for taxation of costs so that he could take steps to enforce the order. Minister Chuck has conceded that the length of time it takes to have civil and dangerous matters cases tried is an issue. He said that unless attorneys at law encourage their clients to use alternative dispute resolution, then there was going to be prolonged delays in civil cases. He said that he hopes to bring this matter to Parliament in 2021, a mediation bill that hopefully will facilitate and encourage mediation. In the interim, Beswick said judges are to be held personally accountable for delays in the delivery of judgments. There must be a way for that to be done, or else some judges will never try to improve the situation. Jamaica has a judicial conduct guideline dated August 22, 2014, which states that judges should endeavor to perform all judicial duties, including the delivery of reserved judgments, efficiently and with reasonable promptness. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the matters that have been discussed in this session. Of course, remember to stay with us here on the Learning Academy. Be safe, be vigilant, and remain alert at all times. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.